What's up, YouTube? Today on People of the Past, we're here in Trussville, Alabama, and if you recognize that band or the sound, it's either going to be Atlanta Braves. It might even be what was the Cleveland Indians. But today we're here in Jefferson Memorial Gardens, and we're looking up none other than Florida State football coach Bobby Bowden. Now, Bobby Bowden was born in Birmingham, Alabama. And his real name is Robert Kleckler Bowden, and he was born in Birmingham, Alabama on November 8th, 1929. Now, Bobby got into football. How he got into football was somewhat a little crazy. When he was 13 years old, he was diagnosed with rheumatic fever, which is an inflammatory disease that includes the heart, brain, and skin. And he stayed in the hospital for about 6 months. And then when he returned home, he stayed at home in bed for close to a year. Now, while he was there, he would listen to the radio, and so he would listen to, of course, at that time the war was going on, but he would also listen to Alabama football on Saturday mornings. Now, Bobby actually played football for Woodland High School, and then he actually accepted a scholarship to the University of Alabama. And he played there as a quarterback for one semester. Then he transferred to Howard University, which is not Howard University, I guess it's Howard State. And because he returned to be close to his mom, and he married his wife, and I think her last name's Histock, Estock. But anyway, he transferred to Howard College, which is known as Sanford University today, and he played football, baseball, and he ran track. And so once he graduated, he stayed on as an assistant coach. And let's see, I think he's around here. 1 second. I think he's somewhere around in here. Let me see. So now he left Howard from being an assistant coach in 1956, and he went to be the head coach at Georgia College. But in 1959, he returned to Howard to be the head football coach. And in 4 seasons, he had a record of 31 wins and only 6 losses. He would leave in '62 to go to West Florida State University as an assistant, but left there in '65 to be an assistant at West Virginia. In 1969, he would become the school's head coach. In his first year at West Virginia University, Marshall, okay. So this is not him, but this is Theo Eugene Connor. A little bit. This is what fascinates me about coming to cemeteries, because I'm doing this video on a great guy who did a lot for a lot of people, white and black. But this guy here, Theo Eugene O'Connor, born in 1897 and died in 1973. For people who lived in Birmingham during the civil rights would know him as Bull Connor. He was the chief of police, along with many other titles. He was the one that would have dogs sicked on black people. Look him up. I might do a story on him later on, but this is what I'm talking about here. He's buried not too far from Bobby Bowden. Now he was also, and this is something else too that I'm getting off topic, but you know, nowadays a lot of people talk about, oh, you know, the Republicans hate black people, and so that's why I vote Democrat. I'm not telling you who to vote for, but this guy here, Bull Connor, not only was he a white supremacist, but guess what? He was also a Democrat. George Wallace, who wanted segregation now, segregation forever, was a Democrat. You got people way back in history. Abraham Lincoln was a Republican who fought to free the slaves. So I'm not saying all Democrats are bad. I'm not saying all Republicans are good. You got good and bad. But it just goes to show you that, you know, before you go vote, do a little background on that individual person. Not so much the party, but check into that person, what they believe in, and so on. But anyway, let me get back to what we were talking about. Anyway, this is Bull Connor. So anyway, so Bobby Bowden went to, when he was a head football coach at West Virginia, the Marshall University football team, the whole team, coaches, they were killed in a plane crash. And Bobby asked the NCAA for permission to wear the Marshall jerseys and play their final game, but he was denied. So instead, the Mountaineers wore green crosses on their helmet. Now in 1976, Bobby became Florida State head coach because Tallahassee was warmer than Virginia, and it was also closer to Birmingham, where his mom and his mother-in-law and them lived. At Florida State, his record was 304 wins, 97 losses, and 4 ties. From 87 to 2000, the Seminoles finished every season with at least 10 wins and finished in the top 5 of the Associated Press poll. They won the national championship in 93 and 99. And in his 44 seasons as head coach, he would have 40 winning seasons. That's a lot. He had a record of 377 wins, 129 losses, with 4 ties. And some of the coaches that coached under him included Mark Richt, Tommy and Terry Bowden, Kirby Smart, and Jimbo Fisher. Bowden was diagnosed with COVID in October of 2020. And on July 21st, 2021, he was diagnosed with a terminal illness. And he died 3 weeks later, August the 13th. And here he is, here. Robert Bobby Kleckler Bowden. And that's his wife, Julia Ann Istock, September 7th, 1932. Some of the, one of the famous people that came to his grave was a person that he coached and loved, was Deion Sanders. Yeah. Even though I'm not a Florida State fan, you have to give it to the man. He believed in God, family, and helping others. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching, people of the past. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and look forward to seeing other people in the past real soon.